you ever read Night of the Ghoul?
I don't know what that is.
It's by Scott Snyder and Francesco.
I'm not a huge Francavilla fan.
Oh, wow. I think this must have come out...
I feel like she's like a poor man's Xerit.
I think... Wow.
I'll just take my Xerit.
So on the back, it says Comixology Originals.
Nice.
And I think it must have been printed digitally or released digitally first.
Yeah, so what happened was Snyder did a deal with Amazon or Comixology when Comixology bought Amazon. Mm-hmm. And he did a bunch of series.
Comixology bought Amazon?
Amazon bought Comixology. And so he did a deal with them and he was doing some digital comics and then they published them. Gotcha. I believe that came out through Dark Horse, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Dark Horse was printing all of the originals.
So it was like $5, but it's like there's 2 parts in each issue.
Yeah.
So it's probably like 6 issues, but in 3 books.
Because each part was only like 10 pages or something.
No, it was more than 10.
12.
I mean, it's a thick book, dude.
All right. Well, that other book was that way from Snyder. What was that one we read, Scott?
We Are
about
Demons?
the We Are Demons. Yeah, that was a comic.
You guys have read that?
Yes.
I have it. I haven't read it
and
yet.
Then that other book we just read with
box.
Francis Manipool, the one Clear, that was a Comixology original.
Yes, I read that one.
So like a bunch of his books are Comixology originals.
This is weird because what did I talk about last time?
But anyway,
there was
Night of the Ghoul.
Yes.
Francavilla and Scott Snyder. Is Scott Snyder a better writer now? Because we talked about how we haven't been real impressed with his stuff lately.
Well, this is older. I did like this, but it's creepy, whatever. But it's not very whatever. It's not that original in the sense that the premise of the story was that what you just read. That was like a lost movie, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is the same thing. And that concept is not old. Like, I've listened to podcasts like that's like, oh, there was like, we made the worst horror movie possible and it got destroyed.
Tried to bury it.
And if people ever see it, like, they'll lose their minds. And
that is true. There's some of those aspects of things out there.
So it's weird that I read that and then read this because this is almost the same concept. So it starts out with a guy, a father and his kid, his teenage kid, young teenage, 10, 12, somewhere around in there. I guess that's not teenage. Anyway. His, whatever,
Don
kid.
Says.
And they start out, he's dragging his kid to this, what do you call it? Where somebody lives and they're dying, like an old person's home, but like they care for him. Like medical care for them.
Okay. Like a home?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay. Like a hospice?
Sort of.
Kind of.
So anyway, they're going... He's taking his kid there because he's telling him that this is like... He must be like an insurance agent or something. Or he tells him that he found out... So this guy that they're trying to find and go talk to... It is from they made a movie in 1946 and it was a horror movie and it got destroyed and it was lost. And so this guy has tracked the old guy down and he believes that he is the original director of the movie. So he's going to try to talk to him. So he goes in and talks to him and the guy starts telling him the story. Well, and then it flashes back to like the movie, which is based on like something that happened to him like in World War II. And so a bunch of Americans or whatever, like they storm this castle or whatever, and there's like this demon that lives in the castle and it's like killed everybody, or the city, and it's killed everybody in the city. Well, the way that you guys are never going to read this, right?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm kind of off the Scott Snyder.
Yeah, and you don't like Francavilla anyway. So, so the whole thing, they twist it to where like the guy is the good guy, and the hospital are like the evil doctors that are like trying to kill this guy, right?
Of course, yes.
Because he's the bad guy.
He's so bad.
Well, you find out that, or because they're the bad guys, and so they're trying to kill this guy, right?
Okay.
Well, it flips that he's actually the bad guy, and they're all there to like protect the world from him.
Okay.
Okay.
Because back in the day, the story was based on him, and he got possessed. And there's like this demon or whatever that possessed him and came back and killed a bunch of people. And it's still in him. And then at the end of the movie, at the end of the book, like
you said movie.
At the end of the book, the guy he transfers the demon into like either the kid or the guy. So like it's one of those spooky endings. Like it's not over. The demon's still alive. He just transferred to another person or whatever. I mean, it was fine. It was fun. It was well done. I enjoyed it. But I like Francesco Francovilla's artwork. And even though I felt like the story was obviously I had just read something that is kind of in that
wheelhouse.
It was different. The very beginning premise was the same, but the stories took different enough that they were okay.
They were okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoyed it. It was good. It wasn't the worst thing I read this last 2 weeks. How about that?
How about that for a
review?
How about that for a review?